A call to action. The time is now. Summon the warrior energy in you, the healer energy in you, the divine masculine, the divine feminine energy in you. Every single day, we are called to walk in our purpose. Answer the call. Lay down your burdens, your distractions, and everything that's holding you back, and take your rightful place. The battle is all around us, and it's right in your face. Let's go.
Yo, man, that sounds good, brother. Do it again, man. Blow that horn, brother. We ain't gonna rush, man. Blow that horn, man. Take your time. Right on.
Yes.
That's it right there. Here we
Yes.
go.
Welcome to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. Success is your destiny. Yes. Love, wisdom, power. Remember, yes, always I am who you are. Yes, yes, I am. Love, wisdom, power. Yes, yes, I am. Love, yes, power. Yes, I am. Love, wisdom. Yes, I am. Love, wisdom, power. Yes, yes, I am. Love, wisdom, power. Master. Yes, I am. Yes, love, wisdom, power. Yes, I am. Say to yourself. Yes, I am. Protect. Yes, yes, I am. Master. I am. Yes,
Greetings and welcome. Thank you, Brother Baraka, for that opening.
Shame.
For the purpose of minimizing the echo. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. Family, this is going to be a very delicate and a very sensitive topic we're going to have tonight. We have multiple guests on tonight. I want to thank you. And the one who brought forth this show tonight I have to bring her to the front. Y'all got to thank Miss Bliss Deborah because it's through her that brought this program and this topic of contouring, body contouring, and dealing with feminine funk. You know, this is a very sensitive time we're in. You know, um, women are very sensitive about this. So this is nothing personal. We want y'all to be smelling like flowers instead of hell's sewer. Because the foods that are available on the market today is not designed to bring out your aromas. The processed foods, the half rotten fish that you um, deep fry and then chew, and the fumes float for 20 yards in every direction. The half rotten flesh that culminates in the form of mucus into a deplorable aroma that most women don't even realize they have coming off of them. We're going to deal with that and the remedies. So we also have tonight, we have a special guest besides our honorary guest tonight, who is beautiful Gemini. Y'all give her accolades. This is beautiful Rushia, who's going to give you ladies and men grace, remedies, and hope so that you don't have to go down into the Caribbean, like places like the Dominican Republic, and take a rolling dice chance of losing your life with the famous Dr. Deaths that we hear about coming back in body bags because they wanted to have a better uh, figure, or they wanted to tuck in their waistline, or they wanted to lift their booties. There's a lot of death that's happening. And our sister Rushia is going to give remedies to this. We also have on the show tonight our brother Joel Benjamin. He'll be joining us shortly. But as always, before we begin, let's invite our ascended master ancestors. So I am and me, I am and Miss Bliss Deborah, I am and Simone, I am and Rashia, Rushia, I am in Brother Baraka, I am in Salika, I am in you, the listening audience, now and in the future. We ask the guidance, the wisdom, the knowledge of Sheikh Amadou Bamba, Sheikh Ibrahim, Saint Germain, Nikolai Tesla, P.B. Randolph. We ask for the guidance of Yahshua, Black Madonna, Melchizedek, Enoch, the Ethiopian who ascended into the heavens and became Metatron. We invite to be on the platform tonight. We ask the presence of Simeon Toko, the latest Christ born in the Congo. We ask the presence of White Buffalo Calf Woman. We ask the presence of Heteru. We even ask tonight, I'm going to put a special request that the queen of seduction, the Egyptian queen, Cleopatra, who seduced Mark Antony, Julius Caesar, be with our sisters tonight so they learn the magic of the feminine energy instead of practicing fake masculine toxicity. We ask that the queens of antiquity anoint this generation, the younger generations, the mystical magic of feminine allure through diet, attitudes, and emotions, and a whole lot more. We ask the presence of Yemaya, Ilegba, Oshun, Oya, Ologun, Shango, Ogun, Obatala, Ochosi. We ask the presence of Olodumare. We ask that this shall be blessed by Allah. We ask that whatever divine name is sacred to you, we ask the presence of that great spirit, Wakantanka, to be with us tonight. We ask the presence of the angel of protection to surround our friends, family, and loved ones, Archangel Michael, angel of strength, Archangel Gabriel, archangel of knowledge and enlightenment, Archangel Uriel, be with us on this show tonight. We ask the presence of the shroom masters, Harriet Tubman, who could use the shrooms to see the slave catchers in the dark and have plant guidance and wisdom in dealing with the confusion of the traumatized ones. We ask that Harriet Tubman be on the show. Dr. Sabi, Shroom Master, Dr. George Washington Carver, Shroom Masters, Booker T. Washington, be on the show tonight. Chief Geronimo, Chief Osceola, Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, Nat Turner, John Brown, be with us on this platform tonight. Buddhas on the earth's surface and in the hollow of the earth, be with us tonight. Krishnas, be with us. Guide our words so we have gentle elevation, transmutation, excitation, and elevation for the feminine principle and the masculine one, too. And we say together, Ashe, Aho, Donata.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Let's get busy. What is body contouring, Rushia? We're going to bring you into the front right here where Joel was. We're going to pull you right to the front.
Okay, not a problem.
Oh, here he is. Here's Joel. There you go, brother. Joel, we thank
so.
you for being on the show. And right now, we're going to let Rushia speak. Talk to us, sister. What is body contouring?
Okay, so body contouring is basically used with a device that's able to melt the fat all over the body, lift the butt, lift the breast, give you the look as if you had surgery without actually having the surgery.
Okay. And now that we are getting into the contour, like I never knew that you can put herbs on you and melt off fat. I never heard of anything like that. I got to be a little bit of a devil's advocate tonight because I'm gonna play stupid. All right.
Okay.
So
So,
what do you put? Is it? I'm not gonna say you put bacon grease or bacon strips around your waistline. Do you stick a little silver dollar around it? What are you using? I mean, you using seaweed around the waistline?
well, actually, no. I'm using a certain product from the skincare line that I'm in partnership with, and their products they actually work great. So it's called lipo fluid,
Hmm.
and with that lipo fluid, you use it with the machine, and it actually gives you the result that you're looking for.
Hmm.
Right? How does it work? Is that
Yeah, how does that work? How can you melt fat? I mean, I got a little bit of a pot belly here. I don't want to put the camera up, and I don't want to stand up.
Mhm.
So you telling me, is it a paste? Is it a cream? Is it a vibrator I put on my stomach? Does this work on men? Does it work on women only? Like what is
So
what's it all about?
as you know, everything goes hand in hand. So when you use the cream, yes, it gives you the boost of the look. However, what's really working is your lymphatic system. So what happens is
Mm,
the fat and the toxins are being released throughout your lymphatic system, and that's either by you going to the bathroom using it through urine, feces, or sweating it out.
wow. Okay, so what you're saying, if you're going to sweat it out, is there an epidemic of couch surfers in the community versus hardworking people? Is that why we got so many women looking like bubbles with hands and feet? I mean, tell us where we are contemporarily. Why so many people have overweight challenges?
Well, I can't really answer that why they have it, but I can say I know a lot of people have complained about, with COVID being in existence,
Hmm.
being home from work, not moving around as much, depression, you know, different things like that. But to say, why it's happening, I really can't explain why it's happening.
Got motorcycles running past the parkway, and so I just muted myself.
Oh,
All
sorry.
right. So I see that you're going to be answering short. So I'm going to build on you with colorful devil's advocate
How
comments.
does it work?
Uh-oh, the fire.
Does
Here comes the fire. We
does
got
it?
we got fire signs all in this house tonight. The
Yeah,
levels are all fire.
here we go.
We got feminine wisdom of Salika. We're about to put the match to this show, and y'all going to be elevated and informed while the show gets hot. Here we go.
So is it you put the cream on and then you put on one of those waist trainers? Is that
So what happens is you would put the cream on, and then I would use my device on you, which is like basically operates as if you're getting a sonogram done. So it's pain, no downtime involved. I'll just basically rub it on the targeted area where you're trying to melt the fat at, and then after that, of course, you get home and then you're maintaining the look that the device actually gives you. So you're not actually doing a full set of workout like one would rely on to actually lose the weight. You're just doing the workout to maintain your look.
so you see results like right away?
You definitely do. Yes.
Wow. Does so like in terms of like let's say if somebody's wearing maybe a 32 waist and then you apply that so they go down what to like a 30 or something?
There you go.
Yes.
You get it right.
Yes.
Goes. And that's after the
That
first.
that same day. That same day. But the key now is also you have to do a little bit of exercise. Don't just think this is just gonna happen. You're just gonna lay down, it's gonna happen. In addition to you must drink the water.
Yep.
I can't explain how important it is to drink the
Flush.
water. She does the process with the machine and she's rubbing it on with the gel. But then
Yeah.
she also has like a rolling something that reminds me of a
So-
So
rolling.
wait a minute, hold on. You telling me that
Shut
Miss
up,
Bliss
Veronica.
is you telling me that Miss hold on. You mean to
Yeah,
tell
here
me
we
that
go.
Miss Bliss is the testimonial? Is that what you're saying?
Okay.
Right.
So
So all I'm saying is I would never recommend anything to the people without checking the product out first.
Wow. There you have it, folks. There you have it, folks. Straight from the lips of Miss Bliss.
there
All
you go.
right. You can
Hold
lose
on.
2 inches. You can lose 2 inches on your waist. your back, thighs, what? What
Yeah.
else?
Right.
And
Hold on, go back to
gain
that
an inch.
rolling.
Do
You
that.
can gain an inch on the booty.
You can gain it. Yes.
Uh-huh.
On the
Because
breast.
it's the suction
But
cups on the booty.
there
Okay,
you
we got a
go.
little
Pulling it.
echo.
Wait, hold on. Leave. You better no, you leave that alone. You don't want to mess with that.
What we're mentioning here is a lot of different services. So
No, we
with
staying
body
focused on the booty
come
lift.
service called cavitation, wood therapy, vacuum therapy. So she just mentioned the butt. That's the vacuum therapy. The wood therapy is basically the wood tools that I use on people to give them the curves in their body that they need, which is like by the hip area, by the butt area, as such.
Okay.
All right.
And
Hold
And,
on, let me ask a question.
Yeah,
and
go
it's
ahead.
it's it's is it all natural? Is it organic? Is it
It,
vegan? What's in there? Crisco, what's in there?
all natural. All my
He
products
said,
are
what's in there?
use. However, too, um, it's all natural. So this is the non-invasive way of actually losing the weight without
Mm.
to go on a table and risking your life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm still laughing at what's in there.
No, I mean, listen, because if I was in that position, because I see sisters all day long with the waist trainers. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And I thought that's where you was coming from. So,
Well, it goes hand in hand. So of course, once you get the services, yes, I'm going to suggest that you put on your waist trainer while you're going through your trial. Not something that you would have to wear for the rest of your life, but until you get to your goal.
so I like that you said not for the rest of your life because I think that we need to set some guidelines on wearing these things because I looked it up and they're troublesome.
They are. They are. They can scar your body. They can hurt you. They are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
So
you
let me
have,
a-
you have
so
to wear it.
how
You have
long
to
should
wear
they
the right size.
wear it?
Okay, so for the waist trainer, depending on the session. So if you're coming to me for a 6 session package, I would say throughout your session package. So when you leave me, I suggest that you wear it at least 20 minutes before taking it off, going when you go home, and then putting it on in the morning, and then coming to
Okay.
let
Not
me
like all day, all night, sleeping in
no,
it. Not
too
like
much
that.
thing ain't good. So I would never suggest that. You would definitely have.
Right. Okay. All right. Interesting.
Joel, you was getting ready to say something.
let me ask. I want you to get back to that rolling, like if you rolling dough. I ain't
With
missed
therapy.
that part.
Yes.
Because and when you done speak on that with the rolling dough, I want to get into the lymphatic system because
Okay.
a lot of women just that goes over their head for some people in general, but mainly women. So please get into that roller that you use, and then we could build and expound more on that.
So the wood therapy, like I mentioned earlier, it just sculpts the body, and what happens is, yes, it breaks up the fat in the body as well, and it will help your lymphatic system to go into action where you would be losing the weight. So, I mean, what do you have a specific question with the rolling that you want to know?
I'm just
What
thinking
kind of
rolling.
device, like with the roller, because a lot of people don't know, like crystals, like with those crystal rollers are very good when it comes to the
It's a
face and
rolling
other
pin.
part of the body. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you can say
not the
that.
rolling pin from not from Target.
It's literally like a rolling pin. If you ask me, it's all accurate. It's like a rolling pin, and then it's. Let me show it to you. Give me 1 second to get it. Is
You
that
bake
okay?
you bake bread? You bake?
I do. Not with that though.
Huh?
We treating them like they the Pillsbury Dough girls out here. They ain't gonna like that. Show us
Ain't
the
nothing but a
pic.
rolling pin.
Um,
She,
You
she
guys are
was
funny,
baking she was baking some bread and then she said, "Oh, I got an idea."
right?
Hey, it worked.
um,
Yes, it
so
did.
Rushia, you said you was going to show us something. Give
Yes,
you a second.
I'm getting someone to
Go
get the
ahead.
tool
Go ahead. Grab it.
now. All
Yeah,
right.
because I'm going to talk about my exposure to sisters who've gotten the Dominican discount. They end up having to wear like a restraining, like a strap around their waistline for months. Some of them have like scars for life. Um, they have to they if they don't get massages after the surgery, the body lumps up. And then what really looks horrendous, because the emotional eating was never addressed after going and surviving surgery in the Dominican Republic. What they look like when they come back a few months later, it doesn't look good, because it looks like they've been constrained and now they're back to overeating, and it's like fat is busting out where it wasn't before. And then one time I was on Franklin Avenue drinking some iced tea, and I saw a woman walk past. She had a little waistline, and the back of her butt, she had a bigger butt, but what was weird was her butt looked like somebody had it looked flat on both sides, like she had a big butt, but it looked flat, like she had either been stuck into a compressor, or maybe the silicone had lost its contour where it wasn't round. It was flattened out, like she had gotten the spanking of her life. I mean,
You put one of those wood paddles.
Yeah,
Like
I
back
mean,
in the day,
somebody
was
did
this
one
cool?
big smack, and it never had, the silicone lost its memory and just said "fuck it" and just stayed flat.
We call
So,
that the SpongeBob SquarePants butt.
You know what?
no, you didn't go there. All right, so
Hank, don't you from Brooklyn, Hank?
I
Don't
mean,
act
I'm
like you
Miami,
ain't
I
never
see you.
heard that. Don't act like I'm the mean one. Come on.
Listen, there's an epidemic in the people of color. They have low self-esteem. It's due to the low self-esteem that
Yes.
women think that they have to, and they find the money somehow, thousands of dollars, and they reappear with these physiques. They say it into the mic.
Or they're offering different types of credit so that you can have the surgery to do it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Well, what
Yeah.
I say to
Yeah, in
that,
Brazil, they got them doing down payments. Brazil and Dominican Republic, they do their little down payment, and they also have a payment plan they'll hook them up with. And they could trust them because they gonna go back to get the next set of work done. So yeah.
And someone in the comments mentioned that the difference in the cost, the surgery compared to what Rushia offers. So you're saving thousands of dollars. In
Def-
addition to, it's a much safer way to go about it.
definitely, yes.
You're saving money and you're saving your life.
Oh, you're right, because a lot of them come back in body bags, man.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's
Recently
all over
had
the
a report
news.
of a girl that just passed away from surgery. Personally, if you don't mind me putting in my personal input, I did a surgery. However, I was just blessed to not have those type of issues and be put in the right doctor's hands. Not to mention, a lot of these girls, what happens is they push for the surgery. The doctor would tell them no, and then they will go behind the doctor back, and then they'll push to get on the table, and then die or have outcomes like the fat SpongeBob, butt, or don't have the money to maintain the surgery. Because what happens is, after surgery, you're gonna find that you're gonna need body contouring in order to maintain your look for the rest of your life. This is what happened to me, right?
You see?
And I never knew about body contouring before I had the surgery. But so after I found out about body contouring, I'm like, wait a second. So you mean to tell me I didn't have to spend all this money, I didn't have to risk my life, and I didn't have to get on the table? Like, what do you mean? And I'm seeing people with the same results come into this place. I mean, I'm sorry, with the same weight issue come into this place and leave out with the same results that I had as after getting surgery. So that's when I realized, okay, I'm not going to spend my money on this because I'm not rich. So I'm like, I'm not going to spend my money on this for the rest of my life. But what I am going to do is make a career out of it and learn how to maintain my look, because I don't want to waste my money that I just spent. So that's where that went for me. But like you said, there's a lot of flaws to this, because not just because one person's outcome came out one way doesn't mean that your outcome is going to come out that way. Not to mention, if you're pushing for something that's not meant to be, we all know the outcome to that, right? So, and then they push, and don't even end up in the right doctor's hands. Some of these doctors are not even doctors. It's sad. So,
Can I ask two questions?
Yeah. I'm going to step off, y'all. I got to get me some tea. Go ahead and handle it. Go ahead,
Uh,
Baraka and Joel. I'll be back.
I wanted to ask the cost in comparison, um, and the is there any kind of discomfort or pain
Okay,
comparatively?
okay, and this is what people don't know. This is what the hidden secret, right? The cost is very expensive. You're gonna spend at least close to $10,000 for a one-time surgery.
No,
Um,
I'm talking about the contouring. I know this the
oh,
surgery.
the contouring.
Yeah,
Now,
the
the
cost of that.
way less expensive than
Right.
surgery. So actually, you're going to be paying like $100 per session, depending on how much sessions you're looking to get.
And how
Right.
long is the sessions?
So I offer package deals such as 6-session package deals, where I know that you would leave me with a certain type of result.
Okay.
Right.
And a discomfort level, like
The discomfort level, no. People come to me and they fall asleep. They're on their phone. They talk to me, so it's no pain at all. No
There's
downtime.
no discomfort at all. I was cracking jokes the whole time and telling stories. She'll tell you that.
Right.
no, I know a friend
And
of mine had it done, but she didn't maintain it, so she kind of put the weight back on. But she, and I think there's some young lady on Instagram, and I follow her, so I've seen
Okay.
it done. So okay.
Yes, definitely.
And where are you located?
I'm in Brooklyn, New York, and I have a shop
Okay.
on 84th and Flatlands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
but the key is maintaining it, taking
Right.
care of yourself, eating right. You still have to exercise, drinking your water, especially the water that Joel offers. That helps a lot.
Yes, definitely.
So it's a strategy that you can use along with diet and exercise. It's not like a magic pill.
Hmm. The results that
It's
these
an
people
alternative
leave
pill,
with,
maybe.
literally look at it like a magic pill
But you
because
said you could lose 2 inches on one session.
one session.
Okay, okay, but you could lose it if you don't maintain.
Maintain it. You could lose anything if you don't maintain anything in life.
Right,
Exactly.
right. Oh, listen, I'm listening now because I mean I was joking a little bit earlier, but I'm listening because this sounds like a viable natural option. And because listen, let me just also say that it's really crazy how, like, I think even the brothers, we didn't recognize and realize how much important women place on their appearance, because I think most men are not even thinking about going for $10,000 surgery. I don't know, but it seems like women do it more. But to risk your life, and it's like, listen, let me tell you something. We love natural women anyway. Okay. And I think nowadays we have to say that. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Because once you start going into plastics and silicone and all that, you're going to mess around. You don't know what you're going to get.
there you go.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let's not go the way of others who have embraced this perfect look. And the
There
thing
you
is, first of all, the thing is, it's not even perfect because you start to see it, but then gradually it becomes, you see, it's addictive because some of these people we've seen that got numerous surgeries, they look, it's hard for me to even say. They look, it's
Same
different.
here. And I'm
They
a
look
Canada.
different,
Mm-hmm.
And in the age of AI, I mean, listen, natural woman, okay, natural man. That's how we rocking.
Yeah.
Well,
So yeah, so I appreciate that. I
Yeah.
really do.
No
how would
problem.
it be with the women that are going where they're taking the fat, let's say from the stomach, and put it in the butt? They're not having the silicone. Is that because I'm hearing that
That's the
some of them?
That's the type of surgery I had. I didn't do silicone, nothing like that. I took my own belly fat and they replaced it into my buttocks.
Yeah, yeah. That's so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not as bad as of course the silicone
Right.
is fake.
Right. Exactly.
Is that the surgery, the cost between the two of those, the silicone and the fat transfer, is that cost different,
It's
more,
different.
or?
I believe it's probably a little cheaper, but it's still expensive. Right?
Yeah.
So you're still gonna be paying a pretty penny.
Let me say this.
And
Because with the, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
because I was gonna say, and the little other secret that they don't let you know is the healing process, right? So if you're going through something like that, know that time off from work, to heal. You can't sit on your butt for 3 months. You can't. It's a lot that I would reasons why I would never do it again, even though I did it.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things what Hank was saying with the body bag, a lot of people don't know. I don't know if you had to do that with your surgery, but they have them wear this body bag type suit, almost like a sweatsuit that they have to wear. I've seen women do that surgery and they have to wear that suit for however many weeks. You know about that?
Oh, you mean a faja suit?
The faja. Yep.
It's not plastic though. It's a cotton faja suit. Are you talking about
No, there's one like, okay, one of the places where I first seen it.
Yeah, I seen them. I seen them.
You seen them? Okay.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
that? Oh, okay.
After they get the surgery, because with the leakage and like when we was breaking down, that's why I said I want to get into the lymphatic system and the water and the exercise, because that is extremely important. It's a reason why when they get that surgery, they give them that cesspool bag of a suit that they wear, and these women think they doing something, which will have they poom poom frowsy up because it's in that damn closed up environment the whole damn time. You understand? So no, we gonna be real with it. Let's not pretend that's what happens. Go ahead.
For me, I just never was in that kind of bag. They, to talk from my experience, they had me wrapped up in a truck. They had me, but that I wasn't in a bag. But I hear what you're saying, because I hear what you're saying.
Because now with the lymphatic system and where you said exercise is important, right? That's Bliss make sure she touched on that with the exercise and the water. One of the things that I notice a lot of people, well, let me just specifically say women, they don't know the exercise. That's the grueling part for them, right? So when they use your procedure, one of the key things I would suggest they use as well to make it easy is the rebounder. I've been speaking about this for years, which is a mini trampoline. One of the interesting things I seen, like it had one chick, man, a time, oh my gosh, it had two chicks I had used my rebounder before, and I was like, you know what? Hell no. Any chick that use my rebounder, you better put on a pad, a panty liner, some type of shit. I seen one and I witnessed this. And she was jumping on it, and the stench that came out, okay? And because it opens up the lymphatic valve, where your kneecaps is, that valve, and it goes like this. I sure Baraka and Hank know exactly what I'm talking about. Because when you bounce, the health bounce, it's called health bouncing. The interesting part about
I remember that jumping on the trampoline, it affects the lymphatic. Yeah, that's a fact.
Right, and this is what a lot of women don't know, how they could look good, get their body right. When they jump on that, plus it cleanses the vaginal cavity, get all that out, that gunk out, that's stored up in there, that stink to high hell, excuse me, that stink to high hell, right? And I'm telling you, I've witnessed it and I smelt it. The interesting part of using a rebounder, as soon as somebody, and this is women, children, men, anybody, as soon as they stop using that rebounder, when they come off the rebounder, you immediately see a difference. That's because the lymphatic valve was multiplying the white blood cells, have everything moving properly, so then the cleansing process begin. So with what you have, and for the ones that have a problem with the exercise, it will be wise for them to use a mini trampoline. Now, no brokey shit. Get a real mini trampoline, the one with the proper springs, not that elastic band shit. Because some of these chicks, they acting like they light like a feather, and that ain't the case. You gotta
what kind of trampoline you gotta get with the spring?
NEDAC.
It's
Needak.
Nedaak, I believe is the spelling. I can get you the right spelling, but you want to get the one from Needak. Needak. That's the kind of trampoline. So if anybody that's using the body contouring, and when you're using the yoni steams and all this different type of stuff, you want to get the exercise down pack. And one of the best exercise is the rebounder, which is a mini trampoline, because it's one of the only exercises. No, I think swimming is our next exercise that work every muscle in your body. But one where you ain't gotta get wet and go through, or you would get wet, but you know what I'm saying. You use the mini
Sisters don't be
trampoline.
good in the water.
Right, you use the mini trampoline, and it exercises every muscle in your body. So I'm gonna let y'all continue, because then after, I know we're gonna get into the water part or whatever. But for those who need exercise, proper exercise, they got
Right.
no excuse. They get their ass on that damn rebounder. They do something called health bouncing. They ain't even gotta jump hard. And women, when you use this, use a panty liner. I done seen women talk about, I'm clean, I'm good, I do this and that. And they get on there and it smell like a skunk just fell out of their poom poom. Okay,
Well,
and this
so
is real.
but you're saying though that if you jumping on the thing that it stimulates the lymphatic system, so it's not like if in other words, everybody has to cleanse from time to time. So it's not like you know to say that the woman stinks, right? It's just you're purging at that time. Is that correct?
Exactly. What it's doing, that like I said, it have women that they do all different types of stuff to get the vaginal tract right, But and they confident, and that's happened with the second one. Remember I told you it's two. I said, listen, I don't care if you're a vegan, I don't care how much fruits and vegetables your ass eat. Wear a
Now we live in
panty
a
liner.
toxic environment. You can't get around it.
No, no, no,
You know what I
no,
mean?
no. Not just that. They get swell headed. I said use a panty liner if you're gonna get on my rebounder. She took her ass on that rebounder, and she let being that she do natural stuff and whatnot go to her head. But what she don't understand is when you properly open the lymphatic system and it multiplies the white blood cells, the cleansing process starts to begin, but it begins on a cellular level. So it's
Yeah,
cleaning
cellular.
out the cell. Remember, the cell is like an aquarium.
Right.
So as that water start flushing, because them white blood cells, when they multiply, they don't play. So one of the problems with women, when they want to get their body shaped properly, they need to use a rebound. Is that easy? With what the sister brings as well, that is an added bonus, because like Miss Bliss say, you have to exercise. They try to ignore the exercise part.
Brother Benjamin, does skipping rope do the same thing as far as the lymphatic system?
No, no,
With
because
jumping on
the
a
rebounder.
bed,
I'm sorry, repeat that.
jumping on a bed or a mattress, or it has to be the
More
rebounder.
so, more so jumping on a bed because of the springs in the bed. But the ultimate one is the rebounder, because the rebounder relieves 75% less shock than running or skipping rope, or
Yes.
if you're actually on the bed. Because when you're running or you're skipping rope, you're coming down on the hard ground, so it's not creating that vibrational suspension that you need. So the shock waves is going through your body, and then that disrupts the lymphatic system. So a lot of women remember that show real quick,
So how do
the
men
man
purge when
show.
they jump on the trampoline?
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna get to that. Remember the man show back in the days?
I remember that show.
What was their favorite shit? Women jumping on
Women jumping
trampoline.
on trampoline.
Okay, you get it.
Yeah, that
Women
was
jumping on
hilarious.
trampolines, and they're like, "Ooh, it looks so good." What they don't know is
It's helping their system. If they want to lose the fat, get the ass right, they could do stuff like what the sister have and then maintain it, because like she said, everything is maintaining. So you use the mini trampoline, you cleanse out your cells properly. Now for men, the way how men cleanse, it works with the gut. A lot of time when men do it, they have to run and use the bathroom, meaning take a dump. But men and women are different. See, women have a lot more stuff that they hold up in their wombs. We're going to get to that later on in the show. But the men, it don't affect, well, the men with getting your muscles and toning your body, it works that way. But as the cleansing mechanism, a lot of women don't know that vagina is meant for cleansing. And like you said, Brother Baraka, we're living in a toxic environment. You can't avoid it. And they think because they eat right, they let it go to their head until they jump their ass on that rebounder and they're like, holy shit, this is what's in me? And I'm telling you, every time. And then after they do it more, you notice the smell goes. After they do it more, the smell goes.
So what you're saying is coming out of the woman is some type of odor, or is it actually a substance, or both? When they're jumping?
No, it's both. They take off that panty liner and you see what's inside that bad boy. Listen, you can't even throw that shit in your garbage. You have to take that shit outside. I'm telling you, every woman that doubt me, and I done met the holier than thou, and they deal with Oshun and the cleansing waters. I'd be like, jump your ass on that rebounder. Put on the panty liner, jump your ass in the rebounder, and we're going to see how much stagnant old water on the seabed that was in your poom.
But then go bury the blood clot in the backyard.
Oh my God.
So women don't like the truth. Miss, we was talking about this earlier. Like conversations like this, you see how the sister's being honest. She said how she got the surgery, Miss Bliss.
No, you said you got to take it outside. So I said, if you're going to take it outside, you might as well bury it.
No, I agree with you. What I'm saying is,
Give it back to the earth.
Women don't like this topic, and they get even more upset when a man is breaking it down to them. They get tight because once they see the man know what he's talking about,
yeah, we should be sensitive.
You understand?
Okay, Joel, hold 1 second, because what you're saying has truth, and to build on that truth, we have to understand the lymphatic system. And this is coming back to Rushia. What she's doing is a gentle detox, if I'm correct, because the lymphatic system doesn't have musculature. So you have to use exercise and the rebound. I got one in the closet, but what I do is I use my bike, because after being wrapped, Rushia, with this, what are some of the things you recommend for women in addition to water?
Detox teas.
Okay.
Pretty much detox, anything that can detox the body, that will help boost the detox. Yes.
Okay, now that's where I'm going to speak on. We just finished drinking a tea called Kinkaliba.
Okay.
And the Kinkaliba tea is world famous outside the United States for being a detox of the liver, of the bloodstream. So this service that you're providing is crucial, because I want to show y'all the pictures of before and after that Rushia has provided. Tell us what we're looking at, Rushia.
So this person here, she had 5 sessions. You can see that she was just aiming. Her target was her stomach. So we got her to tone in a little bit more at the sides and stuff like that. She was supposed to finish her sessions when she came back from vacation, but she got to call me to finish that up.
She got what?
She has to call me to finish it up. She wants more sessions. That's
okay. Moving to the next one. What do we have here?
So here we did radio frequency on her legs. So if you see the before picture, she has like a lot of cellulite going on. And in the after picture, it toned up a little bit more after doing radio frequency on her legs.
Okay. And what do we have here? We got some men here showing their
Yeah,
stomach.
so that's the before and after. As you can see, it gives you the look as if you worked out too. You can see the six pack coming in, you know. And from before, you can see how the stomach was loose, the muscle was loose, and the stomach was hanging.
Okay. Hold on now. I want to put on here the banner. Let me see. I want to put it. I'm going to scroll it on the bottom for all of you who are interested in Rashia's services. We're going to show that on the bottom, and we're going to go back to the photos, and here we're going to show. What do we have here?
This is after her third session.
Hmm.
So you see the before and the after is getting smaller as we go along.
Now, how do you deal with somebody who is addicted to emotional eating?
Ooh, it's toughie because I tell my clients, you pay your money, you want your results, right? You don't want to just throw money out there. So I try to, push them by telling them that, and they try to stick to a diet and stuff like that. But of course, you come across people that don't think diet is necessary and just think that the machine is going to do all the work by itself. Unfortunately, not. But some people, depending on their weight, like this particular person here, she didn't go on no special diet. She had 6 sessions. She had her whole body done actually, but she had 6 sessions. When I say done by me, not surgery. So she had 6 sessions here. Before her session, you can see how the belly was loose, the collagen, the skin is loose, the muscle is loose, and then after the third session, you can see how everything started to tone up. So she did radio frequency, wood therapy, and cavitation along with vacuum therapy.
Yeah, this is a drastic difference
Yeah,
that you can
Yeah.
see, and she was following your protocol. So
yeah,
as she's toning, there's also, as Brother Joel said, there's a detox, and with that detox, that's where you have to make sure you have some deodorant spray in the bathroom.
Oh, and what's radio frequency? Was that like an add-on? What is that?
So it's basic. It's like a heating device. So you would say it melts the fat as well.
And it's called
Oh,
what?
It down like that and tighten
Radio
it
frequency.
as well too.
And what water do you give them a special water, or you have them use their own water?
Every result is coming from these hands, but no regular water.
Okay.
Okay, now this is the thing with the water that I would suggest. They get the alkaline ionized water, not
Yeah.
the water from the store. Like I mentioned that on the last show, because again, if you're doing treatments like that and they have to drink water, it's important they drink the right type of water. And
Right.
I've seen the results of what you did, and that's very, very good.
Thank
So
you.
what they would do is they basically, like Hank just said, Brother Baraka, you, Miss Bliss, everybody just said, they have to detox properly.
Yeah.
Because their body is, they say 75% water, but we know it's a bit more than that, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So they have to take the right water. That's why I tell people get the machine. But Hank also was dealing with the water that where what is called, Hank, with the
Yeah, that's a
vortex?
pyramid machine. That's a John Ellis where you heat and cool the water
There
like
you
you go
go.
into a sauna.
The John Ellis, and that's why I told Hank, take the alkaline ionized water. Like we done this before. You take the alkaline ionized water is good. The John Ellis machine, like how Hank do, is good. But when you take it and you combine it,
Oh yeah.
it's even better. And you see the results in your body, because back to the lymphatic system. What you're doing, you're opening up their lymphatic system. And one of the things I want to ask you, do any of them ever complain about excess sweating or vaginal discharge from
So
doing
I've
it?
had clients that came and just got vacuum therapy, and she particularly came to me and asked me if that was normal, and I explained to her that it is because that's your lymphatic system working. Yeah, so it does happen, and she also, and with vacuum therapy, let me just point out, is to lift the butt or enhance the breast. So she's not doing anything on the belly area, so to speak, right? But she did come to me and point out that, oh, I lost weight in my back area as well. and I never touched there. But the vacuum therapy stimulated the lymphatic system to do that.
This is interesting because just recently, and we're just talking about toning up. There was a sister who was using the xenon bulbs for the purpose of cell regeneration, and I just saw her yesterday, and she showed me where her skin had literally regenerated, family, from using the xenon, charging up water, also placement on the body. But I'm going to put, Rashia, I'm going to put more of your photos because I'm finding the list kind of very interesting, family, to see the before and after. So bear with me while we travel through this. But remember, whenever you are working out and sweating, that's a form of detox.
Yep.
Yes.
And so anyone who, if you ever go into a gym, you're going to, or you go into a boxing gym, you're going to smell toxins because whenever you exercise, you also detoxing. That comes with the turf, and that's where you also have to get yourself some silver water to spray on the equipment that you're holding on to, because your pores are wide open and your lymphatic system is in gear.
One of the things I don't want to miss on, Hank, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
With what the sister do, right? And y'all gonna be like, I'm wild for this one. But a lot of you women that can't get a damn man, and y'all out there vapping or vaping, as they call in the gym, taking your your secretions, putting it on yourself to create the pheromones. You don't have to do that, because with what she does, how it moves the lymphatic system, what that do is help you release the proper pheromones in your body. I know you know what I'm talking about, sis. Come on, touch on that. Come on, don't make us drag it out of you.
No.
Secrets. Come on.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't thought I know. Yo, she didn't think I knew.
Make her drag it out of her.
No.
This is funny. Okay, hold on. I got some good pictures, y'all.
Go ahead. I'm listening to you. While Hank show the picture, speak on it.
Yeah,
Don't
go ahead.
stop.
We're gonna have church up in here tonight over body fat.
I can't.
Here we go. All right, so you know what? I'm ready. Before she goes into it, let's do before and afters. What is this here?
So, this is a person that had 6 sessions of cavitation. She only worked it on fat on her stomach. And I did her 6 sessions, and she complied. Wore her waist trainer, did her little 10 crunches that I asked her to do a day, and this was her result.
Nice. Yeah, that's obvious. Okay, here we got a butt shot.
Yes. So as you can see, the before picture is more sagging, it's more loose.
That's on the left, right?
Yes, and she only had 3 sessions here, and what happened here, it lifted the buttock up and it made it more plumped.
Now, what kind of do you also give them coaching for things such as water and referrals for water, or say if somebody been eating cakes and pastries because of emotional stuff? How do you deal with clients like that?
I just tell them the do's and the don'ts. It's really up to them. And once again, I just put in their head, you're spending your money, you don't want to waste it. So if you want the result that you came to me for, then this is what you have to do.
Did we see this one before? Because this one is definitely drastic.
Yeah.
She had 10. Yes.
That's after how many sessions?
10.
That looks good.
That's 10 sessions? Okay. Okay.
Okay, we seen that one.
And is the sessions like once a
Here,
week, twice a
looking
week?
at is a test trial. So actually, she came by and she, I did her service, but she only did it one time. Here, the before picture, what I'm trying to show you here is underneath the butt. You will see that it's a crease there. After the first session, it took out the crease and it lifted up and made it more plumped.
Is the sessions once a week, twice a week? Well, what's the time frame between sessions?
So, good question. So, when it comes to cavitation, it must be spaced out 3 days apart because we're getting that liver into hyper mode with our lymphatic system, right? When it comes to vacuum therapy, which helps the breast lift, you can do that up to 3 times.
Okay, good. So you could touch on with the pheromones now, please.
Hold on, before we do that, Baraka, do you have your everybody mute your mic until you're ready to speak so that we don't have the feedback. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Would you say, Joel?
I wanted to start getting into the pheromones. Do you have any clients that touch on that with you or go for that specific purpose? Because when you move in the lymphatic system, like a lot of women, you know, one of the secrets that they're doing vaping. And I'm like, they don't have to do it. They nasty ass. I'm gonna say what it is. That's in the West Indies we call that voodoo, OBI. They putting their secretions on there to catch you. I want you to get into when with the pheromones, being that the lymphatic system is moving and it's cleansing, how it's releasing the pheromones
So
so they could be more attractive.
the
Go ahead.
fat is just basically being broken up and is being moved from the your certain area of your bodies out of the body. So like I said, you would either sweat it out, pee it out, or find yourself going to the bathroom to make more feces.
So it sounds like this is a lymphatic detox. Would that be a
You can call it.
correct?
You can call it that.
Yeah.
Yes.
What you gonna say, Simone?
So, what do your clients speak about as far as like going through that detox mentally, like what it does to them? Because when I was in I went to school and learned a little bit about massage therapy, and I know that a lot of times when you're working like that on the body, a lot of emotions come up and come out too.
It can, but I have never experienced anybody that got emotionally on me. But I do know what you're talking about. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I haven't experienced that particular part yet.
I say not yet.
Right, right, yeah,
Yeah, you know, our
I
folks
think
are
so.
colorful.
Yeah.
So, touching off that, what she just asked, what about the confidence level of the women? What are the reports? And some of the men also.
They love it. They love it. Love it. I can show you numerous of text messages thanking me. They think I'm the machine. I'm like, no, the two party game here, but they love it. They love it. And I
You know,
haven't
the one thing that I find is kind of interesting is that, this really goes against conventional wisdom about losing weight, because they always say that you can't lose weight in one place. So you know what I mean, like, and that kind of makes sense in terms of how to, what in my experience. So yeah, how do you explain that? I mean, don't get. I'm just curious, like, how do you explain that?
like not being able to lose weight in one place. I'm just trying to make sure I understand the question.
No, I'm saying that conventional wisdom right now is
Mhm.
that when the body loses weight, it loses weight literally from
Well,
everywhere all at once. That's why we often are impatient with, taking as long as it takes to lose weight. So people want to lose in one particular area. You see somebody, they go to the gym, they only doing one type of exercise, or they going hard on one body part. But again, the conventional wisdom says that you cannot lose weight in one place, in
okay.
one specific body part. So I'm just wondering, like, what do you say to that?
Well, the way I see it, now that you put that to my attention, is when you work on something, you're gonna get a result out of it, right? So let's say that we're constantly working on the stomach and we're constantly melting the fat in that area, and you're doing your sit-ups and you're wearing your waist trainer, then you're definitely gonna get more of a result in that particular area than any other area. So I call it the targeted area, right? If you were just to work out one arm every day, all day, this one arm is gonna be the only arm that's built.
Okay, I mean, okay.
Right? It makes
I mean,
sense.
I listen. I personally, I mean, I can see both sides, but like
Right.
I said, it's like a debate. Some people say, well, you can't lose weight in one area,
It is.
but
Like I
I've
mentioned,
seen even the waist trainers. You know, I've seen people do things. I've seen differences in people that wear the waist trainers. So you
definitely.
know,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Anything that you work on, you will get a result.
Okay.
So the best way for people to reach you is how? Before we go into the second half, which is going to be a smoking sensitive subject, y'all. Tell us how folks can reach you,
So I can be
Sister
on
Rushia.
Instagram at Snatch and Enhance by Shia and Us, or Facebook, or you can give me a call to book your appointment. So we could.
So let me put your number up here.
Okay. Can I
Hold
just
on.
tell you too before we go ahead and book appointments, guys? I do health consultations, so you have to pass that health consultation in order to get the service from me. If a health issue do come up, then I suggest that you go see a doctor. You bring back the clearance letter, and we go from there.
No, that makes sense. Sister Rushia. Make sure I spell it right. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right, hold on a second. I'm just doing some typing from a awkward angle because we are water vessels, living spirit and water vessels, and we have been miseducated not to drink water. And the result of that is you have a buildup in the lymphatic system of toxins. Sister, what's your number?
I'm 718
Seven one eight
813
813 9207.
9207.
Okay, let me add that up there. Tell me if that's correct.
Yep.
All right. Now, we are water vessels, and we got to deal with bitter truths instead of sweet lies. And that's why our gracious Miss Bliss had this show for you sisters to know what us brothers talk about behind your backs because you can't sense, smell, or know because you haven't been on the ball or your mama didn't teach you or your grandma didn't teach you how to take care as Jill Scott say, you've been cookie neglecting yourself. You've been neglecting your cookie.
Wild cookie.
Your wild cookie, your uncultivated cookie. So now what we're going to talk about is the misuse and abuse of the cookie for feminine hygiene and what Sister Rashia will assist you with so that you can make your cookie smell like it's coming out of a hot oven. Now, Miss Bliss, you said Nick Cannon said 85% of the women got a bad cookie.
Yes. Nick Cannon went live and he said 85% of the women have a smelly yoni, a smelly bottom down there. And he received a lot of flack because of that. A lot of women were like, not me. I don't smell. Same thing Joelle was saying. And I mean, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? It's something that we do need to have a conversation about because it could be smelling for multiple reasons. And it just so happens that Rushia offers yoni steaming to assist with if that's your particular issue that you need to address.
Now, I'm going to also open this up where I want your sisters to talk about funky men, funky brothers. So this isn't just going to be about, being sisters being sensitive, say, why y'all picking on us? We're going to talk about y'all funky brothers too now. So, Salika, I'm bringing you forward. Tell us, are there funky brothers out here? From lack of water. You got to unmute. Salika, you got to push your unmute button.
I'm sorry. Yes, of course there are men and women out there that have body odor, some more than others. There are men that, just as women, claim that they clean, they take a shower. Hello, everybody there?
Yeah, we're listening. We're
Yeah, we
hearing.
here.
Okay. Where when it comes to washing that area in general, people just do a quick wash. Some just rub the soap on them. Others have the washcloth and not really scrubbing and rubbing, getting that bacteria off. If there are men and women that are overweight, so they sweat in that area, they may, just like everybody else, maybe, but the heavier set ones, I noticed that they probably need to bathe twice a day and using the right kind of soap. Um,
Mm.
those liquid soaps aren't really as great as it could be because it's all filled with other, I guess, parabens and lotions and stuff like that. It's not really a cleansing agent to clean. Um, Vinegar is a good way to naturally clean. Sometimes, of course, women do the douching with the vinegar from time to time, but those are masking things.
Sorry about that,
It's
Miss Bliss. Go ahead, Salika.
I was just like, oh, what is that?
That was cantaloupe. She want to make sure that she's in the right
Well, it looks so good. She got
aromatic
a nice
state
bite out of that.
as she move into the weekend and possibly a date. So y'all sisters, if y'all want to eat some watermelon while you're listening to this show, we encourage y'all to get the cantaloupe, the pineapple, the strawberries, and whatnot. Continue.
Um,
Salika.
One of the things that people can do is they have what they call nature's body deodorant, and that is eating chlorophyll. I would like to tell people to take that because it does get rid of the body odor, but you have many people that do not, they just don't shower every day. It's just beyond me. I don't understand that. But
Mm.
the chlorophyll, gets rid of body odor very easily, but you still have to wash the dead skin cells off your body to keep that,
Mm.
from happening. And it's another way of detoxing. So you could do the liquid or the pill, chlorophyll. And
Interesting. Thank you for
there are
sharing that.
some, yeah, there are some
We
people,
listening.
that don't need that. But for some people that have strong body odors, chlorophyll is nature's body deodorant, all natural, and it
So
does other things for the
greens,
body. Huh?
water and greens,
Yes, that's true.
chlorophyll.
But there are times that people, they don't. A lot of men don't take care of themselves properly. Where women will
Mm.
do a lot more in terms of eating a good diet. There are men out there that don't eat, good food, and there are a lot of single men or homeless men or men that live in shelters and stuff, and so they don't have access to all of that. Um, So chlorophyll would be a good thing. It's like $5 or more for some pills if you don't want to put it in a liquid and drink it. Um, your stool will come out more green, but it's very helpful to do that for your body. And also, if you don't do chlorophyll for detoxing, you can also use the charcoal pills that absorbs toxins in the body as well.
Cool.
But the chlorophyll is really good for those stronger body odors. You could
Got it.
probably
Thank
do
you.
both. Yeah,
Thank you.
that's very
Coming back
helpful.
to you, Rashia. Unmute your mic. I
Yes,
want to bring you up forward.
I'm here.
What kind of dietary guidance do you give people who say if they grew up and don't know anything but other than Fruit Loops and Cheerios? How do you direct them to better eating?
Eating cereal with less sugar in it, less calories. You know, uh, just the basic diet that that they should follow in order to lose the weight. Nothing really specific. I haven't put anyone on a diet, and I just tell them to watch what they eat and just eat with the mind of knowing that you have a goal.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna let it rip now. What's that you eating, Miss Bliss?
Mango.
Mango.
Hey.
Yes.
Now
And earlier it was kiwi.
I know a beautiful sister down south, somewhere in Florida. I'm just going to say somewhere in Florida, and she's a deep hue Hottentot figure. And when she would tell me she's going to have a date, she would get on the ball with eating pineapples, strawberries, blueberries, mango. Brother Joel, what's those tropical fruit got for funk?
Well, it does a lot. One of the things is I want to touch on what Sakia, am I pronouncing your name right?
Rashia.
Silica,
No,
it's
no. The
silica.
other sister that was talking about
Oh,
what
Salika.
Salika. What Salika touched on with the chlorophyll, which is absolutely correct, and spirulina is very good too, because remember they're both only like one molecule away from being melanin. Don't forget that.
Wow.
Now, the interesting part of what she said, which is very 100% correct, is that how it detox the system. But if you notice, it have a lot of people that don't like taking chlorophyll and spirulina because what happens is they go into something called a healing crisis.
Uh-oh.
And that is where the toxins, you'll start seeing the toxins come up to the surface, or they might get a boil under their armpit or a boil on the inner part of their leg. I mean, it could be other places, but that's the most spots. Now, to touch on with the fruits, in the West Indies, where we know it's heavily that the women eat fruits all the time. Everybody say, but the fruits have sugar. What they fail to realize is the other things that's in the fruits that help balance off. And pineapples is very good. And I could only touch on this from what I hear women say, and I could touch on it on the other aspect. Pineapple deals with the digestion, and it deals with proper cleansing of the body. That's why when women deal with, like, we all adults here, with the guy's sperm, they'll say his sperm tastes like pineapples. All right? And then when men deal with women, they'll say the woman secretion when they go down there tastes like pineapples. Now, if you notice, a next proper cleanse, and I'll end with this and let somebody else speak on it. Another huge, very important cleanse that women and men must take: asparagus. You ever ate asparagus and then go pee pee?
Yes.
Asparagus is also known to also address cancer. It has so many antioxidants. It is full of so much life force that it takes extra air conditioning to cool asparagus off, because even though it's been harvested, it's still alive. It will literally heat up your bedroom on a cold winter night. Put a box of asparagus in your room. It's like lighting candles. It has so much life force for healing. So what you're saying, Joel, is right on target. However, I don't want to be near the bathroom when the asparagus finish scrubbing you clean, because you will drop all the demonic food that you've been ignorantly eating. And then you go check with Miss Bliss for the
Hank, real
mango.
quick. Our next one too, our next fruit, Miss Bliss, I don't know if you eat this. It's very, very good for you. It's called durian. Stinks. A lot of people can't deal with the smell because it stinks bad. But what it has is high levels of sulfur in it. And that charge up your body. It cleanse, help lose weight, get you in order. Durian, it's a very stink fruit, but it tastes so sweet, like custard. It tastes like you're eating custard. But when you go pee or defecate, it will cleanse you out. A lot of women that's having vaginal problems, I'm telling you, asparagus is definitely good. The chlorophyll, spirulina, but definitely that durian fruit.
That's a good
Can
point.
I just
Go
say
ahead.
something too? I also want to add that a lot of women are having problems with their yoni because they are disconnected from their yoni. Because just me personally, I've had experiences where I literally heard my yoni telling me what I need. And I think that a lot of times, because of trauma and all kinds of things, we are disconnected from that part of us. Because naturally, your yoni will tell you, like, something you crave. Like when I was fasting, I was craving a lot of greens. It was kind of like assisting my mind onto how to clean myself. So I just wanted to add that too.
Mm.
Yes. Yes.
We're supposed to be able to hear our yoni. When I did the Sacred Woman with Queen Afua, she was teaching us how to eat, but she was also teaching us how to connect spiritually with the yoni. and get comfortable with doing things like speaking to your yoni, journaling with your yoni and stuff like that. So there's many levels to it.
Yes. Yes.
There's many
Yes.
levels.
And so
One,
thank you for sharing that
I
because I
like
know
that
it's a
she said
sensitive.
that because
Yeah.
one of the things that's important with that, um, I tell people, some women, I don't know why they be saying this. I'll be like, you capping. The yoni egg, the yoni egg is very important because when the yoni egg goes up in the vagina, it's constantly creating that squeezing motion because it's there. So it helps pull down the different fluids within the body. Now, of course, what the sister just said with the spiritual aspect is very important because certain crystals you use work and deal with different things. Like um, women that have certain problems with the vagina, it could also be because of certain sexual trauma, such as rape. So one of the very good ones that I always recommend to them is the rose quartz yoni egg, because that deals with healing trauma. See, people don't know. They say, "Oh, this is spookism." What they don't understand, each crystal give off a frequency, which the
Yes.
body gives off a certain frequency. So when the pH is in balance, there's a frequency that's there. So the next one I tell them to use is the black obsidian. Now people be liking to buy the bullcrap black obsidian. You gotta buy the real level black obsidian, or step it up a notch and use the dragon glass yoni egg. I'll come back and show you. I'll let somebody else touch on that. But it's like with my sales, when I do that, I always recommend the women use these crystals because the frequency that it gives off and the pulling mechanism that it helps, that's another form of body contouring, by the way, because it's constantly squeezing. That's why a lot of women that start using the yoni eggs, their stomachs start to get flatter.
Well, I wanted to touch upon the yoni eggs. I'm hearing that there are women out there that are using these yoni eggs, and some of them are having issues or boils or something or growths inside them. Maybe it's a detoxing that way as well. But they're saying they're getting it from the yoni eggs. This is the first I'm ever hearing about this type of for using. Maybe they just want to use the Kegel exercises. I was assuming that they probably weren't cleaning it properly. I don't know for sure, but there are women out there that are now having problems using these yoni eggs. So just be very aware of what you're using. I think Hank, you and I know what's the woman? She's Ecuadorian. Um, she was at the first meeting we had, and she was selling the yoni eggs. She's a nurse, but anyway, she was teaching. She was having classes and teaching them properly how to use the yoni egg. So a lot of women out there, they hear all of these specific things for spiritual growth, et cetera, for the body, for whatever physical um, healing. Um, and we're not cookie cutters. Every vagina, every penis, every breast, every scrotum stands on its own, and for different reasons, you have to use what you are vibrating with that works for you. So somebody can use black obsidian, but they can also, somebody else might be better off using black tourmaline. So you just need to be aware of who you are and what you're into, because going down the spiritual path, it can just take you on a journey. But what works for some might not work for everybody else. Just because although we are black, we might have other ethnicities within us. There are
Mm.
white people are known to get celiac disease, not black people because we're genetically different. But if you are mixed with half white and half black, you might have that as part of your makeup. So just be aware of who you are and your genetic background and where you're going on this path. Just something to be aware of as well.
Let's
Yeah.
touch on that real quick. You said and you're right. A lot of them are now getting problems because their ass ain't cleaning it. They want to be lazy, and I'm only now starting to hear this as well. You ain't
All
for centuries we ain't been hearing that, and they not cleaning it properly. And also on the topic with yoni eggs, I've seen people selling malachite yoni eggs. And I like one lady showed me before, and I'm like,
Bad
what are you doing
news.
using?
Bad news.
Yeah, I'm like, thank you, Hank. I'm like, what are you doing using a malachite yoni egg? Just perfect example. Take alkaline ionized water, and the ones that's using fluorite yoni eggs. That's no good too. Take the fluorite and put it in alkaline water, or take the malachite and put it in alkaline water, and let's say about how long, Hank? An hour, 2 hours? Test the
Put it
pH.
overnight and see what happens.
Just test the pH of that water, and you will see how it dropped to an acidic scale. So what they're doing now, they have people that just want a quick buck, so they sell any type of yoni egg to a person that don't belong in the female vagina in the first damn place.
Exactly. No malachite, no selenite, no fluorite, no amazonite, because they're soft and porous and they will put you in a world of hurt.
Mm.
Traditionally, the Taoists only use black obsidian because of what Joel just said. They're giving you all these different colors for the purpose of sales. Rose
That's
quartz
true.
is all right, but are you cleaning? Because being sanitary is crucial when you're dealing
Mhm.
with the pH of the
Right.
yoni and the
Right.
pH of your lifestyle. Let's talk about attitudes and emotions and how that affects the way you smell.
Mm.
Let's not all go at once now.
Sister Rashia, do you sometime work with essential oils?
I do.
Tell
Yes.
us a little bit about it, and followed by Salika.
Okay, because as well as I do body contouring, I'm also a licensed esthetician. So I do facials, I do back facials. So with the facials and the massages, yes, I do use essential oils. And what I find with the essential oils, it relaxes people, you know, um, and the scent, it just helps them to relax. Is what I find, and it like senses them, aligns them.
Beautiful, beautiful. Salika, right?
I've been using essential oils for over maybe 15 years now. Because I am a massage therapist, I am a healer, Reiki master. I do a lot of different things, but essential oils are crucial even in my daily life. As you know, frankincense is one of those that are is good for meditation, and it connects you directly to God. Um, and placing them, people get essential oils, and because I was studying to be a therapist for essential oils, and learning where to place the oils specifically is important because peppermint essential oil, peppermint tea is good for people that have asthma. So if you don't have essential oil, people that have asthma should drink peppermint tea every morning. I find Jamaican peppermint tea is one of the better ones out there because my daughter was she has asthma, but now you would think because somebody who has asthma, you would use the peppermint oil and put it directly in the lungs. With essential oils, they're not like oils you get over the counter that is just like a carrier oil. Let's say uh, um, olive oil, vegetable oil, coconut oil, and you could mix it, with that. You cannot. It sometimes you have some kind of weak oil with some fake essential oil in there, and you smell it. It might smell good, and you think you're doing something, and you diffuse it and all that, but the quality is not the same when it's pure, grade A essential oil. That has sesquiterpenes in it, and those molecules are so very tiny. When you put it on your skin, within 23 seconds, it is running through your bloodstream. I mean, through the whole body. It's just gone through so fast. So when you have a poor quality oil, lotion, it's pulling that into your bloodstream. So people say, I broke out in a rash. Well, what was on your skin? Did you have makeup on? You cannot put peppermint oil directly on your chest if you have asthma. You have to put it on the bottom of your feet. Now, remember, the feet are, for those of you, makes sense, that are into a massage therapist, the feet represent the whole body. So you would put it on the bottom of your feet because The blood, when it starts on the left side, goes down the left leg, comes back up, the left leg goes back down, the right leg goes back up and starts all over and goes to the right side of the body. So it can kind of go up through your body a lot faster that way. It'll be too much for the lungs. So if you don't know even what your vital organs are, you would place essential oils on your vital organs, which is important as well, which is 3 drops on your wrist, you rub it together, 3 drops on the back of your ears, and on your third eye. Those are your vital organs if you don't know where to place it, if you have an issue. Um, if you, let's say, if it's a pure essential oil, let's say you have a stomach ache, because essential oils, some of them do more than one thing. Peppermint oil, I will speak on that because I know what it does. It takes care of gas, constipation, a headache. It takes care of course, the asthma. So let's say, for instance, you're having a stomach ache, or you have gas, or you're constipated, and you use the essential oil on you. And let's say you have let's see what other oil helps. Um, you have lavender and you want to go to sleep. You can use one behind the other. It's not like medicine where you can't take this medicine because you took that medicine. You got to wait a couple of hours later. It has the intelligence to go within the body and cure or heal whatever it's supposed to heal. Pure essential oil lasts only 2 hours in the body. So I used to have some friends say, "Well, I'm not going to use that. How often do I have to take it?" I said, "Well, if you have a headache and 2 hours later you still have a headache and you took Tylenol the first 2 hours, you're going to take some more. And so what's wrong with taking that?" People seem to feel that certain things that heal you is supposed to be that cure right away. Some things do that in nature, and that's just the way nature is. But some things you have to use over and over. And this is why I have found that there are many herbs and things out there to heal. But if this doesn't work for you, that won't work for you. There's many species of different plants and stuff like that that will help one, but maybe not the other. This is what I mean by we're not genetically all the same cookie cutters. So this is why you have like spirilla and chlorophyll to help detox or do whatever, but whatever works for you. Some people are allergic to certain things just because the immune system is off balance. So getting back to the essential oils, it has an intelligence just like the crystals do. So you have to know what you're doing when you use them. Um, Sometimes I think there's an essential oil. I specifically, and I only work with the Young Living essential oil because I have studied the company, been with the company so long, and I've learned about the oil. They sell other stuff, but I only deal with essential oils. But there's an essential oil called Valor, and that is known as the chiropractor in the body because it is known to heal broken bones. And it heals the scoliosis, the curvature in the spine. Now you figure you put it on your back because the Valor is there. Yes, it will work, but if you put it on the bottom of your feet every morning, if you have pain in your back, within a month's time, you're not going to have any pain. But you have to know how to use it. If you have um, the Valor or any oil you're going to put on the bottom of your feet, you do it with an intelligence, a consciousness. So you would take your left hand and put about 3 drops on the bottom of your feet and rub your left hand to your right feet and your right hand to your left foot and rub it there. But you can't step on the ground if you don't clean your house because that dirt will go up into your bloodstream. So you have to know what you're doing and how you're doing it. Um, One thing I love about the essential oils is like some people don't like this oil, they don't like the smell. Within 2 hours, the smell is gone. It's not like you will know a cheap oil if you use it at night. It's still on your pillow. The smell is still there in the morning. So there are a lot of people that say, "I don't like this. It's too strong, and I don't like it." That means the pH body in your body is not balanced correctly. If you don't like certain smells of the essential oils, because they are strong. Some of them are strong, and some of them are very gentle. Yes, the essential oil is very. It's one of my go-tos for everything. I have about 80 different oils. I swear.
Wow. So
So
you're
you can,
saying,
yes.
Salika, that the oil actually enters past the skin and enters the body, and maybe that's why you don't smell it anymore?
No, it's just nature's way of taking care of the body. Uses it what it's used for, and it's done. It has nothing to do with that. Once it goes to your bloodstream, because it sits on it. And there's one called Joy. And there's a blend, because the company sells a blend of oils and they sell singles. And there's one called Joy. I love this oil because I used to work for Job Corps and I was a tape test coordinator. And the students would come in. I'm upstate New York, and the students would come in and bring in their stresses and whatever into my office. And I'm an empath, so I didn't feel all that. So what I would do is put this oil in water, and I would spray it in a rug because the rug would hold the scent long enough. It's not like you put it on the floor and the floor would kind of the water evaporate and then evaporates in the air, but the rug holds it. And I would spray kind of on myself. And you just feel, if you're depressed, you're gonna feel nice. And they would walk in, it smells so good in here. And I had a better time with using that and diffusing it. You can't diffuse it more than an hour because it's just too much for the body to handle. You
Well,
know,
I'm gonna tell you something ignorant. I'm gonna share an ignorant and very powerful lesson. Salika, Rushia, um, Joel, um, Miss Bliss, Simone, audience. I had the ignorance to take pure lemongrass oil and put it all over my body, on my skin
Ooh.
after a good bath.
Oh.
I thought I was gonna do some aromatherapy. Let me
Woo.
tell you, family, I was on freaking fire.
And you light skin
And
too, boy.
and I be light skinned and I put it on my shank and my balls.
Ooh.
I ain't
That's
touched
worse than
lemongrass
peppermint.
since.
That's worse than peppermint. Peppermint will do that to you too.
Who you telling?
That's a lot.
I had the lemongrass on my nuts, on my baby Huey, and the rest of me. I suffered for hours.
Oh my goodness.
let me
Essential
say,
oils ain't no
Is
joke,
that
yo.
you could just wash off just like that? You have to like let your skin kind of get used to it.
Oh, I just had to go through the fire. It lasted at least 4 or 5
Right.
hours.
You know
let me
what?
say something about the oil that
This is like the
the
fifth
sister
time you
spoke
mentioned going
about.
through the fire. I think you just like going through the fire.
Um,
Yes, I do.
let
I
me
think
say
you like
something
going
about
through the
that
fire.
oil that the sister spoke about. You see that Valor? She know exactly what she talking about. By Young Living, that Valor is a reason why they call that sucker Valor. It's like just the smell alone,
I know.
the way how it opens up the chest, like the energy that it gives you.
Because it has frankincense in it.
Well, that's what I'm about to touch on next. I was waiting for you to finish. Like I like to take the edible frankincense
Yes.
and the edible myrrh. And when you
Yes.
take it internally,
Mm-hmm.
I already told people they've been trying since around 2019 to ban frankincense and myrrh, the good type that you could take internally. So when Hank speak about moods, I told this guy came to me one day. I said, I got something for you. Use these essential oils because the mood does affect women and that vaginal area because they're putting on a stress on their body, which is a fact. So I said, bro, you're gonna use this oil, this oil, this oil, and I gave him the oils. And he came back to me 2 weeks later and he was like, it's like a whole different person. I said, anytime she come around, well, y'all got about to get in the bed, just take some in your hand, rub it on her pillow, okay? Diffuse it in the house and just pack it up quick before she come. And he noticed the difference and it changed. And he said, does that, and he specifically asked me, he said, does that have any effect on sex? And I said, of course it do, because you're changing the environment, which is the woman is forced, because remember the woman absorbs and adsorbs. So you're forced to change her emotions, her energies, which is going to affect her vagina. It's a no-brainer. But using the frankincense and myrrh, the edible one, you understand, the one you take internally, I deal with doTERRA, and they're the best when it comes to that with taking it internally. Next thing women need to take, well, women can take, if you have fevers or anything, and any type of vaginal problems, especially the vaginal discharge, is oregano oil.
Yes.
Now, you would also, let me backtrack, the frankincense and myrrh, women should bathe in with this. Notice there's a movie called For Colored Girls, and people sleep on how deep that movie is. Remember the chick that was out there being super promiscuous, being a whore? What was the main thing she would go bathe with? Anybody seen that movie? Nobody seen that movie?
I seen the
I
movie.
didn't see it.
You saw the movie?
Yes.
Yeah, tell us what that movie was about.
For Color Girls with the with Janet Jackson,
Yeah.
and it was a book, right?
Right, but they made a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the chick that was very promiscuous, where Whoopi Goldberg had to cleanse her ass, talking about her name, Elohim, right? You remember that part in the movie?
Mm-hmm.
The chick would always make sure and bathe after she had been with the partners, bathe in frankincense and myrrh.
Yes. Queen of Food was very big on bathing with frankincense and myrrh. She used to
Right.
actually tell us to get up at 4 a.m. and take the bath.
Because that's the time when the frequency of the body is at its highest. That's why when certain entities come around and certain things, it's around those times, 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. And because your body is now vibrating at a certain frequency where you're able to see things. So when you use the frankincense and myrrh, and that's why I always tell people, don't be a brokey, don't be cheap. You want to use the high level stuff to get the high level results. Now when you use the oregano oil, you rub just a dab of the oregano oil under the feet. I wouldn't advise bathing with it unless you could really handle it. But you take right. No, listen, I met a chick that bathed in it. She used, because the doTERRA is very strong. So she used 1 drop, and I'm like, yo, you were able to handle that? And she's like, yeah. But I advise rub a dab under the feet, and you'll notice it will start dealing for them women that have problems with candida. It will start to eliminate the candida. This stuff is very powerful. Quick story that I'm gonna pass it on. It had a guy that accustomed using the oregano oil. So one day he bought it from me, and I see him. Hank, you know who the dude is too. He go by Captain What the F. You know who it is. And
Okay.
As a matter of fact, you helped him lose weight.
I forgot. But go ahead.
Yeah, you know exactly who it is. So he would go like, I saw him one day and he was like this. I was like, bro, no! I was like, bro, I cannot rush to that. He's like, I take oregano oil all the time. I said, bro,
Oh no.
you ain't took no damn doTERRA oregano oil. I said, please. And he was like, I can handle it. I take I said, bro, please just listen to me. Just take 1 drop. You see when that 1 drop hit under his tongue, I seen him go like this.
Now I know who you're talking about.
Okay. He did just like this. He's like, oh my gosh. I was like, was I right? He said, bro, you're absolutely right. So these oils are very powerful, and it's not to play with. When you want to change the mood of a female, and why is it? It's no coincidence that most of these chicks that got the worst attitude got the most damn dirtiest poom poom. Now some people might try to disagree with me on that, but let them do, like I said, the rebound and them stuff, and you'll see. They have nasty attitudes, and because their emotions, it's affecting their whole body.
Well, then y'all made to get with Sister Rushia and squeeze that toxins out of you with some wraps that she has available. Okay. We're going to do an
Yes.
exorcism by squeezing them. Rushia, do you ever tie them up so that they don't have to move in case they restless?
Then I would. No, no.
No.
Thank you for sharing that. I just remember by your expression, Brother Joel. Yeah, that brother's out of Pennsylvania, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah, I
moved. He
remember.
ended up moving, right?
Yeah, he sure
ended up
did. That
moving.
oil ran him out of town.
I just wanted to mention real quick. I don't know if you know Priestess Yendi. She's one of Queen Afua's students for over like maybe 20, 25 years. She used to sell yoni eggs, and she specifically stopped because the women were complaining about the reaction that they were getting. And she found that they were not following instructions, or they never received any type of lessons or guidance as to what they should be doing, how they should be using it, when they should be using it, the cleansing, like the whole process. And so, you know, sometimes we as a people, we always think we can just do things on our own without
Do
any
it
type of
myself.
lesson.
Do it myself, right?
Yes.
But you know who fault is that? You know who mainly to blame for that? I always say these damn chicks on YouTube and Instagram that got their head wrapped and beloved in the ocean. Listen, when I sell these yoni eggs, when I give these yoni eggs, I always give instructions. And you know how many women I hear say, ain't no way they haven't ever gotten so much instructions in their life before with the yoni eggs. A lot of, I don't know what it is, what's going on, but a lot of these damn YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Hotepping, shea butter assing chicks that want to make $1. No, it's bad because they selling out their own females. Instead of, because a lot of them do know. But then again, some of them don't know. Like Hank said, it's all about me too. And they want to just take the money and don't give instructions. They don't know shit about crystals. All of a sudden, they sell rose quartz. Man, if you don't get the man, let me stop. Somebody go, because I'm going to go on. No, it gets me so heated because they make, like us who are here on the panel, they make us look bad. You see how the sister broke down the essential oils? Let me tell you, a lot of people would not break down the essential oils like her. They just want a quick buck. You see how Hank, when he come and he tell you, take this, do that, do this, he does that for the purpose so you could do right. When he give you the magnets and all this other stuff, he give you specific instructions. That's the problem. People are not given the proper instructions, and they go under the guise of spirituality, and they got other people calling people like us scammers and weirdos. And that's why I call their asses out. They got to go. They got to go.
I agree. I definitely agree. I had a client call me last week, and she was just saying, you know, these Chinese people are selling you out, girl. So she goes, they showing me how to do my body contouring with my wood therapy. And I'm saying, are you watching Instagram? And she says, yes. And I'm telling her, like, if you can go ahead and do it, but just know you have to know your lymphatic system before you do it, because it can definitely back up on you. And when I told her that, that's what made her realize, oh, okay, probably I'll be coming to you. And I'm like, this is crazy. So you're right about that Instagram stuff.
Yes. Yes. There's a certain level of education that we need. Like what Rushia offers. She went to school. She learned about the body, the lymph. She's not just like rolling on you and just putting these suction cups. She knows how the whole system and how the body works so that you could get the response that you need to get, including with the water and the egg. This is why she says you got to do all. It's a package.
Yep, absolutely.
For sure.
You know, when you take your craft hand and what you know, what you're doing, you have a responsibility to give the information correctly, and also just kind of take your ego out of the situation. Just get the information, because everybody has a bit and piece of it. But when you went to school, you don't want to put you gotta do it this way or whatever. Just put the information out there, and if they hear, they hear. Because if you're yelling and screaming at them and tell them they got to do it this way and come up with a different tone, it's easier. Kind of like the less you say, the more people are going to want to ask questions. But if you give all this information all at once, then people could take it and then they go with it and get their ego involved with it. They're going to end up missing something. So
Yep.
it's just information, little baby steps, teaspoon at a time, a tablespoon at a time, until they can take the whole thing in. Giving to them all at once. Some people don't learn that way. Some people are hands on. Some
Mm-hmm.
people are better off when they hear it and then digest it a little bit. So just a little bit at it. Got to know the audience and who you're talking to. Um, Even when I give my spiritual, one of the things I do is I can read people's names, their signatures, um, and when you tell people what you see, or even if whatever it is, the information that you're giving, um, sometimes the language barrier that we speak, certain tones in your voice, certain slang means certain things to other people. Sometimes I'll read a gentleman's name, and if I tell him, for instance, that I see that he's immature, to a grown man, that's like an insult in the English language. But what I mean by that, for instance, is like, I mean, the plant hasn't matured yet. Totally different, same thing. It's not mature, but when I'm talking to a man who's grown, I could mean that his spirit is still childlike. Doesn't mean that he's immature and he doesn't know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just knowing your audience and knowing who you're speaking to and how you speak to them makes a world of difference.
Thank you for sharing that, Shalika. And again, I want to say to the audience, don't sleep on Kinkaliba tea. It is highly beneficial for detoxing and also regulating your bowel movements. If you have, Rashia, have you ever had a customer come to you that haven't had a bowel movement in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I have had experienced that already. Hmm.
Tell us about it.
Well, she actually ended up going for a colonoscopy. Not a colonoscopy, I'm sorry, a colonic. And end up going to the bathroom that way. But I did try to, direct her in the route of like, try and detox teas first and purges and stuff like that. But she went the colonic way.
Yeah. Well, for just maintenance, um, Kinkaliba tea is anti-cancer, anti-diabetes, anti-inflammatory, liver detox, and for protection, audience and family, been sharing that information about the stone coming from Thailand called Leklai.
Hmm.
And tonight, I just want to share. I want Simone, because one of the stones was drawn to her, and it just happened that it was a green one. Because when you order family from eBay and Etsy, the attitude of the vendors in Thailand, they give extra gifts like free stones. They're very generous. You pay for one, but they may give you smaller versions. So like I said, Miss Bliss, I got one for you. Brother Joel, I got one for you too, bro. But it literally has been documented, family, to make you bulletproof, knife proof, and it doesn't cost much because I've had brothers coming from Africa and their whole price is like starting at 300. But could you share with them um, what your experience was when you put on that leg line?
Um, when I first put it on, I felt pressure inside my head, like around my pineal gland, and then when I took it off and put it back on, it felt like something was pulling, like out of my heart, like a energy was tugging at my heart. So
Can you,
I
you
think
show them
that
what it
it
looked like
oh
underneath?
yeah.
Y'all got. I wish I could bring it up closer, but
Let me.
just move into the screen so you can see it. This is not shaped by human hands. This is the way the lekli drops from the cave ceiling when the monks are doing the chants. And what they then do is they put it in encapsulated. And I got one on my neck. I'll show you in a second, but I want you to see this um, because the times that we're in now, we need protection.
Yep.
And I'm just going to share this. Yeah.
Well, she ain't playing. She well protected. You see how much stuff she taking off over there, guys? Damn.
Oh, how beautiful.
Yes. Wow.
It's like
Oh my God.
translucent green.
I want one. I want one. It's so
Yes.
nice.
Oh, that's so
That
beautiful.
was that was an extra that they sent in the shipping.
An extra?
Wow.
I'm coming for mines tomorrow.
Yeah, I got
Wow.
you, bro.
Real nice.
Don't forget to feed it honey.
Yes, honey. Now, Joel, listen to this. It likes to be fed honey and also full moon nights. It wants the night light, the night of the light of the full moon, and it
Mm-hmm.
likes to be fed honey. And also, it seems to like electricity. Now, this is my latest one that I've put on. This is the Lekle bead I got. Look at this.
Wow.
It seems
Wow.
to so far have, maybe some of you in the audience might be able to get a vibe from it, but it seems to have a very serious border. It's not menacing. It's just serious. Like,
You know why honey, right, Hank?
That
why
seems
is that,
so
brother?
mysterious.
Go ahead and tell us.
Because the frequency that the honey gives off,
Whoa.
the honey, that's why, especially when you're dealing with the Buddhists, for those who deal with the goddess Lakshmi or Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and prosperity, what you would do is put the milk and honey. Because
Honey.
with the milk combined with the honey, it gives a vibration. And that's when you start dealing with the Shiva Lingam. And you pour the milk and honey on the Shiva Lingam. Now, the interesting part of honey, in case any of y'all don't notice, you have a bad toothache, take honey and rub on that toothache and then tell me what happens.
Wow. That's a good one. See, that's why I wanted Brother Joel to be on the platform.
You mean like manuka honey? Because manuka honey is
Not
medicinal.
just Manuka, Menaluka honey, really any type of honey. But the best honeys to use is the Menaluka honey, Tupelo. You know about the Tupelo tree, right?
Tupelo honey. It's the sweetest honey.
Right. I'm West Indian. I got this.
I'm West Indian
She
too,
said
and I'm
Tupelo,
happy.
Tupelo honey, right? So,
I'm West
Yeah,
Indian
the-
in your country too.
right. So that honey, and then the next a very great honey that they don't like to talk about that's very good, and a lot of times it's hard to get. It's bamboo honey.
Wow.
Bamboo honey is some of the best honey out. And for men that have certain problems with erectile dysfunction, or women who have problem like down there, their vagina is like a desert, it's good for them to use the bamboo honey. Because the bamboo honey, especially if you add just a little bit of cinnamon. Now, I'm not going to get into the breakdown the best cinnamon to use or whatever, but definitely you mix the honey with cinnamon just a tad bit. Don't overdo it. And it will help with that as well.
Oh, wow. Thanks for sharing that.
Please do not, if you're going to indulge in honey, please get your local honey. Anything over the shelf has oil added.
Salika, you got to speak up. You're too far from your mic.
I'm sorry. As far as the honey, make sure you get local raw honey. The local honey is not
Your
doesn't have
farmer's
anything added.
market.
Yeah.
You live in New York?
I live in New York. I'm upstate New York.
Okay. Have you ever been to the farmer's market out here, 14th Street, Union Square?
Yes.
You been in New York City?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I have.
Okay. So they have places there that have the honey. Those are the best honey to use. You do, like she said, don't buy that garbage in the supermarket store
No.
shelves. Although I notice some supermarkets now, they stepping their game up. I guess they notice is more of a demand for the good stuff. One of the places, I haven't seen them have it in a while, but the Menaluka honey in Trader Joe's is very good too. But if you want to buy a real good Melaleuca honey, it'll be best online because you have to get one that's an even higher potency, and that's good. The only next thing I know is that honey that gets you high, which is extremely expensive. Y'all know where they go up all the way on the
Yes.
cliffs
Yeah.
to get that honey?
I
Right.
want
That
some of
honey is
that.
very expensive.
I
Say
want
that
to try
again?
some of that. I want to try some of that. They just found a bear in someone's home who hate their honey to get high. The bear was like in a it was in his zone. He ate all that honey. He was high. Yeah.
That honey is very serious. They're like, just take a little bit of it. But like definitely, like I said, the Tupelo, the bamboo honey, and oh my gosh, what's the next name of the honey? The Melaleuca.
Yeah, the
Tupelo,
Melaleuca.
Melaleuca, and bamboo honey. But one of the best ones that I know is that bamboo honey, cause you know the bamboo plant is one of the plants that grows the fastest, and the toys like it shoots up quick. So the stuff that's in that actual honey helps you, and that's what definitely helps men, give them the erection and give women the proper blood flow to create that vaginal juices.
You know what, Joel? I got to share. Shittim wood or acacia wood. There's also acacia honey.
Oh.
Yeah, that acacia wood is definitely no freaking joke. When me and Hank did the tantra workshop, okay, and women was getting this acacia wood, especially the ones that he had with the magnets. For some, well, we know magnets amplify everything, and that was, listen, the people raved about it because they can't believe a wood can produce that type of energy, which we know there's different woods that produce
Yeah, it
certain
would
type of energy.
amplify the touchless bliss, Miss Bliss.
Thank
And
you, the touchless blitz. That's what I
yeah,
was trying to
yeah,
remember.
it would literally project. Like Salika and I used to practice because we're both students of Master Yao. We would practice on the telephone,
Yeah.
long distance bliss.
Woo. Woo.
And what I found to discover, acacia wood, literally, for all of you who are into, who are classmates of Master Yao, it literally amplifies your projection or your whatever you're thinking. Acacia wood is like a wooden portal to allow whatever you desire that's for your highest good to come to you faster and easier.
Hank, just say it. It makes them orgasm hard. I mean, it does. Why we gonna sugarcoat it? It does.
Right.
Salika, it's on you now.
But you say don't you dare.
Why y'all? Come on now, don't keep the secret from the people.
Got to give the people.
No, I mean I know acacia would make it hard, but I know that uh when you can
Cap, you capping. Look at her face. Look at her smile. She capping, y'all. Yo,
I
she
don't know why I'm
capping.
this is my arena, so I don't even know why I'm so shy with that. But yeah, I mean when you use certain techniques, it just becomes very easy and you don't have to be where the person is. It's sort of like astral projection. You could see yourself in other countries and with other people sexually. It's just ease. I mean I gotta hang on, I want to share this experience. I was literally driving home from work, and I'm driving in my car, same regular day, and I'm about to have an orgasm, and I don't know why. I'm just like, what in the world is going on? Like I'm like 2 seconds from like I can feel my whole entire body. My foot is on the pedal. My toes are curling up. I'm like, what in the world? So I call Hank. He said, what is going on? He says, I don't know. A half hour later, he says, well, yeah, I was watching some girls do some booty shaking. And I was thinking of you. I said, well, why did you tell me that? You know what I'm saying? Because the thought process can be when you can connect that way, and you don't have to have a sexual relationship with somebody in order for that to feel that. If you are sensitive enough and you know who you are mentally, when your third eye is open, because a lot of people say they have the third eye open, but what people need to know is it's not functioning. It's like having a door in your house and it's not open, it's not closed. If it's closed, it's not fun. What's the door? You got to have it use it. Are you going in and out of it? So you have a third eye that's open, but you don't know how to use it. So you have bits and pieces of, oh, I saw this and this happened. When it's functioning at its highest level, then you can get to see. It doesn't pop up just automatically and starts working for you. You get to see with your third eye how you want to see it and how you want to see the world. So I'm just giving you that bit of experience. Yeah, sexually, it can be just anything that you want it to be in its highest realm.
Real quick, I wanted to say what in scientific terms for, because some people, if ain't science behind it, backing it, they don't believe it. In scientific terms, it's called scalar waves. Sending the scalar waves. That's why they make scalar weaponry, where it sends and affects the body, and it can make you shit yourself, pee yourself, orgasm with the actual scalar weaponry tools.
Yeah. And I'm going to share with you, family, before we wrap up, the ceremonies that we've been going to. Simone, Miss Bliss, Joelle,
Yes.
Rushia.
Yes.
It hyper activates the heart chakra, where you literally have a quantum expansion, and anything you're projecting without thinking about it, because your heart chakra now covers thousands of miles after going through the Wachuma ceremony. I'm talking about quantum activation, and your heart gifts are activated. So I'm going to throw the ball to you, Miss Bliss. What have you been noticing since you've been Wachuma activated, bringing her to the front? Listen to this, y'all, before we wrap up.
Well, Rushi, I tell her all of my stories when I go take one of the medicines. But I did notice since the Wachuma, I'm more creative. In addition to a lot of healing has been coming through via my family. So my family prior to Wachuma, we were going through a lot of changes, a lot of arguing, a lot of fighting. And suddenly, I mean, literally after Wachuma, like that Monday, that whole week, they began to call me and call and call. And then by the end of the week, we were all coming together for one cause. And this is family members who we haven't spoken to maybe 2, 3, 4 years, individuals. So the love, the heart chakras were all activating, and we were coming together. So the visions, you already know, I did see quite a few things, when I was there to Wachuma, things that I'm not really used to seeing or experiencing. And also the vibrations, like a very, very, very high vibration. It was to the point where I was hugging one of the young ladies, and I think she was maybe a voodoo priestess. And she was like, I could just feel you at a high vibration. The medicine is so powerful, so strong. I mean, at this point, at least we should try it at least once. At least once. That's how powerful and strong the medicine is.
And Joel, just want to throw that out there to you, bro. Next ceremony is August 27th.
Yes.
And it's in the Catskill Mountains. It's not in the city. And we literally, the medicine is so strong that it keeps you up all night, but you're not that tired the following day. It's almost like it's almost like condensed starlight in the form of a cactus, Salika.
Well, I would have to definitely embark on that journey with y'all. And don't forget, I don't know if you spoke to Miss Bliss about it yet. Miss Bliss be she be hiding sometimes, but we have to get the session set up. We'll talk about that when we have time, like off air. I'm gonna start contacting my peoples, and we're gonna get these sessions going because, like, you know, it's good shows like this because a lot of them is not talked about, and from a panel that very versed that know what they're talking about and what they're doing. So yeah, we gonna have to come together and make that setup
Okay.
so the people I guess this could be like the tantric workshop part 2, Hank, or would it be part 3 if I'm not
You know
mistaken?
what? That's a good question. But
Don't forget the psychedelics.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
You, you spelling the big. You forget we on YouTube. You know how they get. Brother Hank could tell you what was it, Brother Kalindi? Brother Kalindi, right? That dealt with the
Yeah. God bless him.
Remember how YouTube did me and Eventbrite? Yeah, when once they hear that, hell, I start once you start mentioning that word, they're trying to keep us suppressed and shadow banned. Like topics like this, I noticed all the whole time you would have all these chicks on there talking the wrong information. But when they have people that's breaking down, because there's certain words that we're saying, the algorithm, they intentionally designed the algorithm to stop that. Like how the sister mentioned essential oils. They have the transcript, and what they will do, they will edit it. Like how what you just mentioned, they'll edit it with some stuff I mentioned. When you start getting deeper to the crystals and speak on it, they will edit us. But that's why you could see these bullshit artists. They'll be on there and they say all type of things, and their video get pushed, their video get played. So that's why, like when you say that, I made sure because they will literally try to shut down the stream just off of that alone.
Oh,
Kevin
tomorrow
Samuels.
they're gonna shut us down then, because we going in.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're gonna have this setup with it. We gonna do that. We're gonna have all that and then some.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk off screen. Excuse me, when that time comes.
So, family, I want y'all to give a good accolades now and in the future to Sister Rashia, who's giving
Thank you.
giving you a choice so that you don't have to sacrifice so much of your health and your money towards better well-being. And this is her contact information. And I want to just say thank you for being on the platform. Thank you for being patient, because you definitely had a Yahoo gang with you tonight, Sister Rashia.
And I loved every moment of it.
Yeah. And I want to thank our honorary guest, Brother Joel. I want to thank our honorary guest, Salika. I want to thank the one who put this show together is Miss Bliss Deborah. And I want to thank you, the listening audience, for a wonderful time. Tomorrow is a special show featuring keynote speakers at the Detroit Psychedelic Conference. And that's happening at 7 p.m. tomorrow. And again, Miss Bliss, the executive director, is putting together this show for tomorrow here on Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. So again, I want to thank you, Sister Rashia. I want to thank you, Miss Bliss Deborah. I want to thank you, Joel, for all that knowledge you freely shared. And what's your contact information, Brother Joel? Go ahead and drop it on them.
They could call me at 929-374-3828. On TikTok, it's Joel Benjamin 528 Live. On YouTube, it's Joel Benjamin 528. And on Instagram, it's Joel Benjamin 528. If I can't comment on stuff that you leave on Instagram, is because they're now shadow banning me. They lied and say that I'm talking about the Ronas, which I'm just showing certain information, just so you know. And that's pretty much it. Contact me. I definitely want to do a show with y'all again.
Oh
Sis
yeah.
with the oils,
Did
I
it.
see you. You know your stuff. I'm watching. That's what you trying to hold back. That's how I wanted to bring more out of you. And the sister that does the contouring, you was
Yes.
trying to hold back too. It's like, nah, you give up that sauce. Y'all know y'all
Got
stuff. Come
you.
on with the sauce, all right?
Yes.
And this message, see, is going from coming from all over the world. Um, South Africa, United Kingdom,
I love it.
it travels.
Oh,
It travels.
yes.
Love it.
All right. So we're going to bid everyone good night. God bless.
Right?
Be safe. We got one more comment. And that one's for Miss Bliss.
You're welcome.
Hold on. Let's do the closing.